active recovery and training are part of active recovery and training. Active recovery and rest are an important part of your training when it comes to supersizing and growing your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. We're day 164 of our Supersize Your Business Annual Challenge. It's the first year we've done an annual challenge for the business communities that I am a part of, and it's going really, really well. I think that sometimes people miss a day and then they just want to throw their hands up in the air and quit. But the truth is, you can miss a day, you can go back and listen to the recording, or you can just pop back in wherever you left. Not wherever, well, you could go back and join Supersize Your Business School and get access to all of the entire year worth of recordings, or you can just join us the next day, right? Maybe you overslept. Maybe you just didn't get around to getting on one of the platforms that I show up on. Whatever, just don't quit. Don't quit on you. So a couple things come to mind when I think about training, light training, active rest, active recovery, and training. I think as a leader and as a founder and as a business person in any way, shape, or form, we always need to be sharpening the saw. I can't remember who told the sharpening the saw story. I've heard it so many times. I've lost who it was attributed to. But we all know the story. In order to perform better, we need to increase our skills, increase our abilities, practice, and be in action, right? All of those things are important. Now, when it comes to physically training our body, since we're talking about physical health and well-being this month as the focus of from the Life Framework, we're talking about all different topics. And some of them, just like when I did idioms every day, are a little bit of a stretch, but there's always a business perspective or point of view to each and every one of these topics. If it impacts our life, it impacts our business, because for many of us, our business is our life. And so the better we are, the healthier we are, the more energy and enthusiasm and excitement and fun and joy and love and light and all the positive emotions that we show up with in the organization are contagious. They spread to other people. And so we want to make sure we are recovering, we are rested, we are doing the things that we need to do, but we're also cutting ourselves some slack and giving ourselves a break sometimes. I did a training yesterday. I'm always sharpening my saw and always learning new trainings and things. And yesterday I did actually it was the night before. I did it before I went to bed. A training about, everything's an inside job. There's two paths we can go down, the problems or the possibilities. There's different levels of how aware we are of our own behavior and of ourselves and of our actions and reactions to things. And then the Myers-Briggs keeps coming up a lot lately, so maybe I need to revisit that and take it again. I guarantee it's going to come out ENFP. It has every time I've ever taken it, with the exception of one, and I found that fascinating. It came up ENFJ. And if you know anything about that, it's the difference between feeling and judging. And all of a sudden, after an entire life of being a more intuitive feeling person, I scored judging. I think it was because it was soon after my sudden cardiac arrest. And one of the things that I realized during that experience and after is I felt an overwhelming sense of distaste and judgment because I realized I must have been very judgmental. And so were a lot of the people that I'd surrounded myself with. And that behavior, it stems from fear, right? If we're judging other people and comparing ourselves to other people, that just stems from fear of us being ourselves and knowing that we are okay and enough no matter what we are and how we show up. So that's the only time I've ever had that experience, which was super interesting. So how can we use this to play out in our business? For me, it's more than just physically setting the example and providing space for people to have downtime and rest and recovery time as part of their day. We need to build that into our daily schedule, right? I am one of those people that was totally guilty of always eating at my desk, always going. Anytime I was at work, I never really stopped or took a break. Didn't set the best example for my people, but I had really productive divisions in the businesses that I worked for because everybody did what I did. Now, was it good for us long term? Probably not. Lucky for them, I was only there like 3 to 5 years at a time. But we want to build recovery, and active recovery means I'm not just sitting around on the couch doing nothing and watching Netflix. I am doing something, but a lighter version of keeping my body going. I still will exercise every day, but I'll alternate cardio days with and harder workout days with lighter days where maybe I just do yoga or stretching or walking, but pacing myself and not making it a power walk, making it just a regular leisurely walk in the park. I'll do that. I think I've shared this story where following my sudden cardiac arrest, I began walking every day, several times a day. And I made that part of my daily routines down to a place called the Dike. It's just like a park place that goes halfway across the river here in my hometown. And I started building some of those things into my life. And guess what? I got a whole lot better, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally and probably spiritually and in every other way, because I was taking some time to actually not center myself, but probably center myself, probably, what do they call it now? Regulate my body and my emotions. I say that tongue in cheek because it, again, something I'd never heard about until I came on the school platform. So what are we going to do with this today? We are going to share in the comments below, what is your favorite active recovery practice or activity? Share that in the comments below so we can learn from one another. And keep in mind that we have so many different opportunities and ways to do this as part of our life, but also as part of leading an organization, being part of an organization and a business that we're building to make the world a better place. Part of making the world a better place is making sure that we all take care of ourselves. And not in an overindulgent, I'm a princess way, but in a, I am a human being, and we human beings need certain things in order to avoid burnout, in order to be more effective, in order to actually use the information that we get from trainings. Trainings can be skills training, but they can also be physical body training. All right, that's all I've got today. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye. Hey, check us out on School, SKOOL. If you want the link for that, share Supersize in the comments below.